Hey everybody, it's Greg, and it's another edition of Unbreakable, the podcast. It is Thursday, October the 26th already, and I got some, this is, this really is appropriate. We used to have this rock in the rock garden, but what else would you have in rock gardens but rock? This was a special rock. It had the Phillies logo on it, the red P. I think we actually got it from the Phillies website or something. And it's just it's nothing unusual. It's just a rock that you put in your garden, and it's your support for the Phillies, right? Here, the morning after the loss, Wednesday morning, go outside to water the flowers, and the Phillies rock is face down in the ground. I swear to God, we didn't touch it. I don't think there was any big storms in the area between Tuesday night and Wednesday morning. No signs of vandalism. It's just that the Phillies rock was face down in the mud, dirt, or whatever. And how appropriate, huh? I mean, our Phillies went face down in the in the in the turf there at Citizens Bank Park, and our rock was face down too. But you know what? Enough about the Phillies. I've had it. It's just like breaking up with somebody. You just need time away. You need that emotional distance, so to speak. Um, that's why I am all equals 24 hours a day now. Too soon for the Sixers. Plus James Harden can go to hell. I don't like him. Flyers, I'm not ready for the Flyers yet. Maybe around Christmas time. But I don't even want to watch the freaking World Series this year. That may sound like sour grapes to you and a typical Philadelphian who says grumbles, but I want to watch the World Series, and it has nothing to do with the Phillies not being there. It's just not an attractive venue for me. I mean, who wants to watch the Arizona Diamondbacks against the Texas Rangers in the World Series? I mean, come on. Yeah, it's stupid. So I'm totally off baseball now until next spring training. Uh, I got some sad news for you. By the way, today we're going to talk about oddities in the news this week. It's sort of a regular feature we usually talk about just to share some laughs, some things to talk about. But we've been so engulfed with this Philly crap for how long now that we haven't really had time to talk about anything else. Well, now we're going to talk about other stuff because the Phillies are like like my rock, face down. Okay, I got some sad news for you. I even hate to say this. The sad, the oldest dog in the world, Bobby, who lives in Portugal, died. Yes, I've had stories about Bobby on this program in the past about Bobby being the oldest dog in the world, how Bobby lives, how I would love to visit Bobby one day, forget the Eiffel Tower. I'd love to go see Bobby. Well, unfortunately, I read the news this morning that Bobby passed away on Saturday. Hopefully, peacefully in his sleep. We don't know that for sure, but hopefully. Bobby was officially 31 years and 165 days old. And he was listed as the oldest dog, not only the oldest dog living now, but the oldest dog on record ever, ever. That's not to say there wasn't a dog back in the year 2017 or back in 1204, somewhere in the world. It's just not documented. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not documented. This is documented. They had proof when Bobby was born, the birth certificate from a real veterinarian. And then they had proof when he died on Saturday. The oldest dog ever to live, as far as we know, Bobbi. God rest his soul. No news of, maybe we'll get more news later, of what caused the dog's demise. No news as to who the winner, I should say winner, nobody's a winner in this story, who the next dog is who takes the mantle as oldest dog in the world now. We don't know that yet. Maybe that's something the Guinness Book of World Records needs to figure out. But my heart goes out to Bobbi. And Bobbi and I have a lot in common. Think about it. Not only did we like friskies and occasional lean treats. No, Bobbi outlived his coverage. You know how they say, outkicked his coverage? When you marry a really nice, beautiful girl, you're an ugly guy, you marry a beautiful girl. Anyway, the point being is that Bobbi's breed was only normally lives between 10 and 14 years. 10 and 14. And here this Bobbi guy lived to be 31 years old. And me, I was only supposed to live until I was 25 with my type of brittle bones, osteogenesis imperfecta. And look at me. I'm 380 years old. No, I'm 66. So Bobbi and I, we are survivors, right? Survivors. We just lived way more than we were supposed to. So, God bless you, Bobbi, wherever you are. I'm sure you're in doggy heaven right now, playing with squeaky toys. Apparently, his owner said, I had this on before. What was the secret to Bobbi's longevity? Well, Bobbi liked a lot of fresh air, so do I. Bobbi liked to play, so do I. Bobbi ate healthy food. Bobbi actually ate whatever he wanted. If Bobbi wanted a cookie, Bobbi got a cookie. He deserved it. He earned that right, And Bobbi lived with 4 cats. And he had the run of the house. He had the run of the backyard. He just had the run of everything. So he led a good long life, and a record long life. And so how can we mourn for Bobbi? All right, I need to put my glasses on for these few stories that we have here. Again, we're calling these odd stories of the week, which I hope you'll enjoy. Not that the Phillies losing to the Diamondbacks wasn't odd in itself. It was. But these are real stories. Yeah. Oh, yes. Two kids. 2 kids in Wisconsin, the cheese capital of the world. Yeah. Cheeseheads out there with the Packer fans are known out there. Exodus, these are the real names of the kids. Exodus Chavardere, 11 years old, and his brother Iggy Chavardere, 10 years old. Iggy. They made a gigantic grilled cheese sandwich. They're hoping that they will be listed as in the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest grilled cheese sandwich ever. Their grilled cheese sandwich was 10.9 feet long. Wow. 6.25 feet wide. And the dough, just to make this sucker was 300 pounds of dough. And he got 60 pounds of cheese. Wow. The slices were 2.75 inches thick. Ooh. And the kids did this to benefit a local food food bank in their area. So kudos to them out there in Hackerland. Big grilled chicken. Where's the tomato soup? That's what I would say to these kids. That's fine that you made the world's largest grilled cheese sandwich, but where's the tomato soup? I always had tomato soup and grilled cheese when I was a kid. I'm not such a fan of tomato soup anymore. I have acid reflux and it's not good for me. But when I was a toddler, a little whippersnapper, I used to like grilled cheese, but it had to be with the tomato soup. But here's the thing. I never used to dip the grilled cheese into the tomato soup and eat that. No, no, no. I just had the tomato soup on the side, grilled cheese on the side. They go together, but not together. I think I told you this before. I hate any kind of food that touches each other, like gravy that seeps down the plate and touches the meat or whatever. I don't. Anyway, so that's one. And then here's a story here of a guy in New York who bought a lottery ticket, as we all do at some time, forgot about the lottery ticket, completely forgot about it. Didn't check if it was a winner, didn't even remember that he bought the ticket. Here, his housekeeper and a house cleaner come into the house, found this ticket, which was in a flower vase or vase, however you want to put it. Checked the ticket. Ticket's worth $15 million. How about them apples? No word whether the guy gave the house cleaner anything, even a tip. What the hell? Yeah, you would think he would, and maybe he did. Who am I to criticize? Maybe he gave the house cleaner a new mop. I don't know. But anyway, thanks to the housekeeper, this guy is $15 million richer. So you never know, You need to be down on your luck, and here you got a lottery ticket in your vases. Whatever. Hey, how about this news? They just listed the top rat cities for 2023. The 10 top American cities that have the most rats in them. And I always thought, now, how do they know this? How do they know this? Well, apparently, they judge it by the exterminators. They're called out to buildings, homes, get rid of the rats. I always thought, well, what if there's just rats running around in the neighborhood that aren't exterminated? Aren't they counted too? I mean, you would think so. Well, anyway, for the 9th straight year, you'll be glad to know, Chicago, Illinois was voted the top rat city. I hate to put it that way. The top rat city in the United States. Now, we know Chicago is the Windy City. Chicago. Da, 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 da. Wrigley Field, the Cubs. And there I'm back to baseball again. I can't get it off my mind. The way these Phillies collapsed. I feel like I've been transported back to 1964, or at least 1977. I hear all these whippersnappers on the radio saying, oh, I remember, this is the worst. Blah, blah, blah. I remember back in 2004. Yeah, really? Punks. I mean, old guys like me, we go way back. We remember 1964 when that was a total collapse. We had Phillies were up 6.5 games, and with only 12 to play, they blew the pennant. In 1977, the year of Black Friday, The Phillies lost the playoff game to those evil Los Angeles Dodgers. I mean, you want torture? We have torture. This is torture. We've been through it. Just ask some of the old guys like me. Yeah, these young kids don't find out what torture is really like. Anyway, so Chicago's number 1. I'm going to go down the top 10 with you here. Stay with me. Top 10 America. We should have did like Letterman and went from the bottom to, yeah, let's do that. We're going to go from 10 all the way up to 2, and let's pretend we don't know what number 1 is. Okay. Number 10 on the list of rattiest cities in America, Cleveland, Ohio. I've never been to Cleveland. They've got the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame out there. I've always wanted to visit the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but I'm a little bitter because if Cleveland didn't get it, Philadelphia would have got it. Because we had Bandstand and all that. But so I'm a little bitter about that. Number 9 on the list of rattiest cities in America, Detroit. Well, it's no surprise, I guess. Never been to Detroit. But I've heard it's, now I don't want to get myself in trouble. I might have one person out there who's watching this from Detroit. And Detroit's a fine city. The Pistons, the Tigers, right? The Lions, the Red Wings. Everything goes back to sports. All right. So the number 8 rattiest city in America is Denver. Denver. Now, here's a question. Can rats live that high up in the air? I mean, what is it? It's called the Mile High City, right? You mean to tell me, how did the rats get up there? Did they have little backpacks on? Did they scale the mountains there? Pikes Peak? And so how did he get up there? It's food for thought. Okay, so we go to number 7 on America's rattiest city. America's Got Talent. America's rattiest city. Baltimore. Baltimore. I don't know about that. I've been to Baltimore. It's a nice city. It's got the Inner Harbor there, crab cakes, the Orioles. Nice city. Who would have ever thought, right? Yeah. Number 6 on the rattiest city in America is Philadelphia. Hey, there you go. At least we're known for something, right? The Liberty Bell, cheesesteaks, the Eagles, and rats. Number 6 in ones. All right, number 5. San Francisco. That surprised me a little bit. I left my rat in San Francisco. Yeah, I'm a little surprised about that. I don't know. When I think of the city by the bay, I think of Journey, Huey Lewis and the News, cable cars, Alcatraz, Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco tree, Tony Bennett. And but I don't think San Francisco is being rat infested with rats. Do you? No. You know what? Maybe all the rats are in Alcatraz. Maybe they kept it. Okay, number 4 on this illustrious list of rats. Washington, D.C. Well, there you go, right? I'm not arguing with that. Whatever party you're affiliated with. You know what? The one thing is we don't talk about politics on this fine program. We don't talk about any serious shit. We talk about this kind of shit. And I don't want to talk about politics because that's all we have every day in our lives. We need a diversion from our everyday pathetic lives. And diversion is coming on and watching and listening to me and having fun. And, but I got to say, I can't let this go by. it does not surprise me to know that Washington, D.C. has the fourth most amount of rats in America. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, so number 3 and number 2 switched. Okay, this year's number 3 was last year's number 2. This year's number 2 was last year's number 3. So here it is. The number 3 city that takes the cake for rats, so to speak, is New York City. They've fallen. Well, no, they've gotten better. Hey, New York, good for you. You were the Big Apple. You were the second most ratty city in America, and now you're third. So you are getting better up there. You're improving. I think maybe people aren't leaving food outside like they used to or something. You know what? I'm happy. I'm happy for New York. I mean, I shouldn't talk, but their sports teams suck. I mean, look, where were the Yankees and the Mets this year? Where are the Jets and the Giants? Right? I mean, they have to have something. So, New York is number 3. And number 2, which was number 3 last year, as I explained, LA, Los Angeles, California, the number 2 city in America for rats. Now, if the number 1 city can't fulfill its duty of being the rat city for the year 2023, the title will automatically go down to Los Angeles. I've been watching too many beauty contests. Anyway, LA is number 2. And that leaves us with number 1. Well, we already said what number 1 was, but just pretend you didn't hear it. And let me do the big build-up, okay? I even forgot it already because I'm really senile anymore, which is odd for a guy who's only 12. No, here's the thing. The number 1 city for rats in America, like I said, was Chicago, Illinois. I think what we're going to do is we're going to have a petition into whoever handles this thing, instead of calling Chicago the Windy City, because this is 9 years in a row. 9 years in a row that Chicago has held this title. I think by now, Chicago should be known as the Ratty City. The Ratty City. Well, anyway, so that's the program today, yeah? Full of condolences for Bobby the dog. I'm still lamenting about the Phillies choking like dogs. See, it all ties together. Bobby the dog dying, the Phillies the dog choking. And we talked about odd things in the news. Go out and get yourself a grilled cheese sandwich with tomato soup. And just be glad you're not Chicago. You're not Chicago, Illinois, All right, well, anyway, that's enough of making friends on here. I gotta go and cry some more. But really, I'm kind of over it. Until the World Series comes up again this weekend. But like I said, I'm not watching the World Series. I got bigger fish to fry. I don't know what the hell I'm going to be doing. Anyway, thanks for watching and thanks for listening. And go Eagles. There they are, all over the place. They play Sunday. They play Washington. Those Washington, whatever they call themselves now. Commies, commandos, commanders, commodes. The Washington Commodes. That's right. playing the Washington Commodores on Sunday. And let's hope for an Eagles victory. We certainly need it. We need something for the good of our morale. All right, guys, thank you for watching today and listening. I'll talk at you tomorrow. And everybody have a great day. See you later. Bye-bye.